Hey Mike, hey,
Hey,
what you doing?
how's it going, man?
Great, what are you doing?
I'm working on a system of compliments. Can you help me out with that?
Like a compliment system?
Yeah, compliments.
Yeah, you already have a compliment system.
Yeah. Do you have one too?
Yeah,
Show me.
Show. Okay, well, your compliment system's part of your innate immune system, actually. Okay?
Okay.
Are you with me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so what you've got here is you've got a system that's supposed to kill all the pathogens once they get into your body, and the complement system is part of that. So you have blood vessels, right? That's a blood vessel. And all sorts of little proteins in there. And now since they're in your blood vessel, that means that they're just soluble proteins that are inactive while they're in your blood vessels until they're activated, and they help out with your immune system. Now, it helps in three ways. The first way is opsonization, right? And the second way is membrane attack complexes, right? And the third way is inflammatory response. Okay. Are you with me? Is this helping at all?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so what you have is opsonization here, and you can have all these sorts of proteins, once they're activated, which I'll tell you about in a second, attach to a pathogen, right? And this helps the pathogen to bind onto the phagocyte. Okay, you have a phagocyte here with specific binding places for these membrane proteins. And these membrane proteins can fit into these binding sites to help the phagocyte take in the pathogen, right? Okay, you also have membrane attack complexes, which is when you have gram-negative cells, and these proteins make an attack complex on the edge of the cell. They make a big-ass hole in it, okay? And what that does is lets lots of water and fluid get in, mess up the osmolarity, and burst the cell into a trillion pieces. And then you've got inflammatory response, which is when one of these proteins, C5a, attracts the phagocytes to the area of the pathogen, right? And then also other proteins, including C5a and C3, increase the permeability of the blood vessels to make more cytokine production to help with attracting the phagocytes to the area and addressing the pathogens. You get it?
I think we're talking about two different kind of compliments here.
Could you just give me a sec? I'm really trying to help you out here.
But like, this is what I'm talking about, though. This is
Complement system, a system for complements, right?
Okay. Yes.
Let me do my thing. Okay? All right. So these proteins, like I said in the beginning, are inactive. All right? They're produced by the liver, but then they have to get activated. Now, the cool thing about these is that they only activate each other, right? So the proteins are actually activating other little proteins in the complement system. And this makes a chain reaction through three different pathways. First is the classical pathway. The second is the alternative pathway. And the third is the lectin pathway. Now, the aim of all of these is to produce C3 convertase, which cleaves C3 into C3a and C3b. And that's really important because these are the primary activators in each of these three processes that the complement system is involved with. Now, the way that each of these classical alternative lectin pathways work is pretty complex. So for now, let's just say lots of shit happens. Okay? Right. So then you have these two little suckers, C3a and C3b, which is what you're trying to get to the whole time. And these, like I said, are really important in these three responses of the complement system. Now, the classical, alternative, and lectin pathways. Well, the classical pathway is just kind of activated by antibodies bound to the antigen. Okay, and these interact with the complement system. That's how the classical pathway works. The alternative pathway is triggered when C3b binds to foreign cell surfaces. Okay, so C3 is pretty unstable, so there's some C3b always present. That's why it can bind to foreign cell surfaces even before you've gone through the activation process of getting to convertase. And then the lectin pathway is involved in pattern recognition molecules binding to the mannose in microbial cells. Okay? So then the point of all that is, like I said, to get to C3a and C3b, which just takes us full circle back to inflammatory response, membrane attack complexes, and opsonization. C3a is primarily involved with C5a in the inflammatory response, which, as a recap, is just to increase cytokine production and increase the permeability of the blood vessels. And all these little proteins that are making the membrane attack complex here are C3bs. Similarly, the C3bs are going to be the ones that attach to the outside of the antigen during opsonization and then help it to bind to the phagocyte and get engulfed in. It's a pretty groovy system. And to think you had it, what do you think?
I think we're still talking about different things. I'm talking about complementing people, and you're talking about the complement system.
Wait.
Like I would say you are nice is a compliment. That's what I'm talking about.
Ah.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
What is... Oh yeah, these suck. Yeah, these suck.
Not that bad.
You're on your own, dude. What's up?